If you keep an eye on the real estate world, the headlines can feel like, well, a total whirlwind, right? One day a brokerage gets acquired, the next a top team jumps ship, and then a new office pops up out of nowhere. It seems kind of random, but trust me, it's anything but. What you're actually watching is a massive, high stakes chess match. Every single move is calculated. So let's dive in and decode the real strategy behind these power plays.
All right, here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll look at the two main ways brokerages grow. Then we'll get into the war for talent, which is fierce. After that, we'll explore why a small firm would ever want to join a huge brand. And finally, we'll tie it all together and figure out what it all means. Okay, I know what you're thinking. This sounds like the beginning of a really bad joke. But seriously, what do a Super Bowl champ and a small boutique brokerage have in common? The answer, and I promise there is one, actually gets to the very heart of what's driving the entire real estate industry right now. So stick with me, because we are absolutely going to connect these dots. So let's get right into it. When it comes down to it, if a brokerage wants to get bigger, they've really only got two main paths to choose from. You can buy or you can build. It's that simple. Either you acquire a company that's already there and get all their agents and their business overnight, or you plant your own flag and start from scratch. And right here, this is the fundamental choice every leader has to make. It's a classic trade-off. Do you go for the quick win, buy out a competitor and get that immediate market presence? Or do you go the other way, building your own thing from the ground up, where you get total control over the culture and how things are done? Both are totally valid strategies, but man, they are very, very different bets. So let's see how this buy strategy plays out in the real world. Take a look at John R. Wood Christie's. They wanted in on Charlotte County, Florida. So, boom. They bought Walker Realty Group. Instant foothold, instant local connections. Or look at C21 Realty. They scooped up a smaller brokerage, and overnight they created a new powerhouse with 5 offices and almost 100 agents. I mean, if you want speed, this is how you do it. It's the fastest way to get big, fast.
Okay, now let's flip the coin and look at the build strategy. Realty One Group, for example, saw the writing on the wall. In Goodyear, Arizona, the place is just exploding with growth, so they decided to plant their own flag and build from scratch. And over in North Carolina, you've got Ivester Jackson Christie's going after the high-end market by opening brand new offices in a couple of luxury hotspots. See, this is more of a slow burn, a long-term organic play. But here's the thing. Growth isn't just about buildings and locations.
Right. It's not just about the offices, it's about the people inside them. Because at the end of the day, the single most valuable asset in real estate isn't the sign out front. It's the top producing agents and teams who are actually bringing in the deals. And let me tell you, the fight to get and keep those people is absolutely relentless. Let that number sink in for a second. $200 million. That's not a brokerage's total. That's the yearly sales for one single team, the Garcia Real Estate Group. When you see a number like that, it suddenly makes perfect sense why brokerages will do just about anything to get a team like this on their roster. We're not talking about a great agent here. We're talking about a full-blown business empire.
And this quote from the CEO of Real, it's perfect. It tells you exactly what the brokerage is thinking. He's not just saying, great, more sales for us. Listen to the language. Scale their brand on a national platform. The brokerage is basically saying, you're already amazing. Come with us, and we'll give you the tools to become a national superstar. It's a win-win partnership.
And it's not a one-off. Here's another monster number for you, $180 million. That's the career sales volume for the Jen Mascaro team. And they just packed up that entire book of business and moved it over to Howard Hanna. So you got to ask, right? Why? What makes a team that successful decide to make such a huge move? Well, we don't have to guess. She tells us right here. It's all about the technology and tools. See, for top performers, it's not just about the commission split. It's about getting an edge. They're constantly looking for anything that will help them serve their clients better and grow their business even more. And if their current brokerage can't offer them the best toys, they're not afraid to go find someone who can. And look, this talent hunt is happening all over the place. It's not just about those $100 million teams. Howard Hanna also brought on Maureen Lagarde, who's got $30 million in sales just this year. Portside Real Estate went a different route. They hired Allie Smith because her background in social work brings a unique level of empathy. And hey, there's our Super Bowl champion. Brent Selleck, the former NFL player, just moved his whole team over to Keller Williams. This fight for talent is happening everywhere, at every level.
Okay, that brings us to our third big strategy. This one's a little different. It's not about being bought out and it's not about agents jumping ship. This is when a successful independent brokerage makes a choice, the choice to join up with a big national brand. So the question is, why would they do that?
So, just so we're all on the same page, what we're talking about here is affiliation. Think of it like this. You've got a great local brokerage, a pillar of the community. They decide to put on the jersey of a big national team, like C21 or Keller Williams. They still own their business, but they get to plug into this massive network with all its resources. And I love this quote because it shows that this decision isn't always about the bottom line. I mean, Heartside Realtors has been in business since 1970. For them, joining Century 21 was about finding a partner that shared their philosophy, this idea of treating clients like family, not just another transaction. It's about finding a cultural fit, which is pretty cool. But make no mistake, the practical side of this is huge. The moment that local firm affiliates, they basically get handed the keys to this giant national-level toolbox. And inside, we're talking cutting-edge tech they could never afford to build on their own. We're talking massive marketing power, slick lead gen systems, professional coaching. It's like going from a local garage band to having a major record label behind you. It's a total game changer.
And look who's back, our NFL star. This brings it all full circle. Brent Selleck's team joined Keller Williams for a very clear and simple reason: to hit that next level. He wanted long-term growth and to serve his clients at the highest level possible. He knew that to really scale up, plugging his team into a massive brand like KW was the smartest move he could make.
All right, so we've covered buying, building, the hunt for talent, and affiliations. Let's take a step back now and figure out, what does this all mean? What are the big takeaways from all these power plays? Okay, it really boils down to three key things. First, consolidation is the name of the game. The big players are getting bigger, whether they're buying up smaller firms or signing them on as affiliates. Second, and this is crucial, talent is king. The real battle isn't for office space, it's for the superstar agents who bring in the big bucks. And finally, number three, tech is the ultimate weapon. The brokerages with the best technology are the ones winning this war for talent. And all this consolidation and competition leaves us with one massive question. In a world that seems to be dominated by these giants, is there still a place for the little guy? What happens to that small independent brokerage that's been serving its community for years? That right there is the question that's going to define the next chapter of this business.